Dallas and the Bears, how the Celtics kept their perfect home record intact against the Heat. And Damian Lillard, he's not just a baller, he's a rapper. SportsCenter AM 7 Eastern, ESPN, and the app.
Come on, get up. I've been in the studio with Dame. He can go, man. Get up Thursday, 8 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. They'll have the 3 things the Cowboys need to do to beat the Bears on Thursday night. Plus, why Patrick Mahomes will struggle against the Patriots defense on Sunday, and the reasons Michigan will miss Jim Harbaugh next season if he isn't their head coach. Get up 8 a.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Who doesn't think Jim Harbaugh is going to be the Michigan coach next year?
I don't know. I mean, you know, he keeps losing Ohio State, and I think there are people who are tired of that. But as our coordinating producer, Tom, a Michigan fan, would say, who are they going to get?
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
This is SportsCenter AM.
What can the Cowboys do tonight on the field to help Jason Garrett? Is it help with his job in Dallas or a job someplace else? The Bucks are rolling, so too are the Lakers, or at least in this case, they're all walking. We've got a malfunction. It all makes sense in a bit. Plus, Damian Lillard made a promise as a kid, and he is keeping it. Pull out the picnic blanket. It's ESPN's cover story, and it's right now on SportsCenter AM.
It's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have in me if it wasn't for this place.
Yeah, it was the worst thing I ever, probably one of the worst things I've ever done. I just had a malfunction. I really had a malfunction, so.
I had a malfunction, too.
Looks like he's
That's
having
why
a wardrobe.
got to work today. Barry and Briscoe, I get second billing because the R comes after the A.
That's true.
Yes.
Like on
it's
the
like
roster in school?
Right. It's like the second tiebreaker.
I would have been first. Thursday morning means one thing. Leg day.
Got it.
On SportsCenter to break down some of the NBA action last night. Tim Legler with us. We're going to go to the Bucks first, who have been playing as good as basketball, if not better basketball, than anyone in the NBA. 12-game winning streak coming in against the Pistons. Giannis and Blake Griffin. These two were going at it last night, and I loved it.
I love it, too. I love when, two guys that play basically the same position get into it a little bit, man. They're fighting for their turf, and you saw it, a physical matchup between Blake and Giannis.
So that was early, and ensuing Pistons possession. Griffin gets blocked. Other end finds Eric Bledsoe for the easy layup. And then Giannis stays with Griffin and delivers the block, so he gets a little bit of revenge on that one. Less than a minute later, again, double teamed to the corner. Again, the tempers get going a little bit.
Yeah, trap in the corner. A little bit of a shove here as he goes to the ground. Gets bumped from behind, and then, oh, my goodness, the step over.
Oh, no. That's NBA. Don't do it. Chris Middleton gets involved in an exchange with Griffin. Here's Giannis' thoughts on Griffin's push and step over.
At first, I was trying to talk back, try to let them know I'm this is more than basketball. We can stop playing basketball, we can fight. At the end of the day, my teammates want me in the game. My teammates want me to, keep my head in the game. And I was like, whatever. At this point, whatever.
All right, so at the end of the day, you can do all this back and forth. When it comes down to basketball, Giannis just better, and he had a great game.
Yeah, no doubt. And he gets the best of them right here. Great one-on-one move, plows through, gets contact. This is when he's at his best. He's just an impossible force to keep from the rim.
Fourth quarter, Bucks lead by 16 at this point. All that was left was the final score.
If he's hitting pull-up threes off the dribble, you just shut it down. Everybody just leave, go home. If Giannis is making that shot, forget it.
He had a career-high 4 3-pointers. Bucks win 35-9, and no assists for Giannis. Let's go by the numbers of the Bucks' 13-game winning streak. They've outscored their opponents by 205 points during the streak. That's their best points differential in a 13-game span since 1973, the last season they went to the NBA Finals. They're also averaging 122 points per game during the streak. That's the most by a team in a 13-game span. All wins since the 86 Celtics. The first team also went to the finals and won it. And Giannis averaging 32 points, 13 rebounds during the streak. Third player in NBA history to average 30-10 over a 13-game span with his team winning each. He joined Shaq and Kareem.
Hottest team in the NBA, Bucks or Lakers? They've won 9 straight on the road. Problem is LeBron-led teams are 0-9 in Utah since the 2011-2012 season. No, you're not tired. That actually happened. Not only does LeBron carry the ball, that's a massive, obvious travel that was only seen by Bojan Bogdanovic. It wasn't called.
Amazing.
How do you miss that?
Amazing.
LeBron said he didn't realize he traveled until halftime when someone showed it to him.
Yeah, it was the worst thing I ever, probably one of the worst things I've ever done in my career. I didn't even realize I did it until halftime, to be honest. One of my coaches showed me. I didn't even realize I did it. I just had a malfunction. I really had a malfunction. So, I feel bad for the refs on that one because, they probably get a write-up on that one. That was pretty bad.
I'm going to use that as my excuse for the rest of time. I had a malfunction. Early in the third quarter, when he wasn't walking, he was a lot of sharing is carrying, moving the ball around a lot.
And he's hard enough to guard already. If they let him start doing that kind of stuff, he's walking up the court with the ball. But yeah, this is he hit several cutters off back screens in this game, and the way he stands at the top of the key and just picks you apart with his size and his vision. And then, man, has he added the ultimate weapon to play alongside of him and Anthony Davis.
Versatile.
Yeah, that's the thing. Anthony Davis can score anywhere on the floor, so there's no real game plan defensively to try to stop him, not when you've got LeBron James next to him.
Team high 26 points for AD. LeBron didn't come into the game late because this was a complete washout. Signing shoes for kids. Can we talk about this Lakers defense enough?
Yeah, it's been special. And, this is one of the best back-to-back road setups you're going to get if you go in and beat teams in Denver and Utah back-to-back. And in altitude, two really good teams, two Western Conference contenders. The Lakers sending a message early in the year.
Big win, 121-96. It's the 10th straight road win for the Lakers. The season technically started with a road game loss because it was at home against the Clippers. But since then, the Lakers have reeled off those 10 straight road wins. It's the fourth time that has happened in franchise history. In each of the previous three cases, the team went on to the finals. Next up, they get the Blazers. You can see it tomorrow night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN, both the TV and the app. So what do the Lakers and the Bucks have in common? They're both 19-3. When you look at each team individually, though, which one in your mind is the most complete?
They're both complete, and the Bucks probably play consistently harder than any team in the NBA for 48 minutes. But when you look at the Lakers, I'd say they're a little bit more complete because they have two superstars. That's what it comes down to. Not only do they have two great players, they have two great players that can beat you offensively from anywhere on the floor. With Milwaukee, you know what you're getting out of Giannis offensively, and they've got a great supporting cast. But when you talk about Anthony Davis, LeBron James, you can't really prepare defensively a game plan that's adequate because they can beat you from anywhere, in the post, from the three-point line, off the dribble, in transition. And they've added a lot of veteran players on that team that have rounded out their roster that have really accepted their roles and bought in. I didn't think the Lakers would be this good defensively because I didn't know if LeBron James could find that gear again with his energy. He's done it because I think he believes he's on a team that's going to win a title. And it's amazing the way that has given him some energy early in the season.
Were you the one who called him washed up?
Oh, I've never said washed up with LeBron James.
Thinking.
Did this guy say it?
No.
Okay.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
It must have been a malfunction.
I was just, did I get in the middle of something here?
No,
Okay.
I'm in a different world right now.
All right.
When you look at the Bucks, I'm not going to go finals preview, Lakers, Bucks, first week of December, but what do they have to do to perhaps be more complete?
Listen, the bottom line is this. Giannis Antetokounmpo, for all that he's added to his game, and he's an MVP that got better, which is really incredible at his age, what he's added, you still have to wonder, in a big moment in a playoff series, is Giannis Antetokounmpo a complete enough offensive player to be able to beat a team's defensive game plan in a 4, 5, 6, 7 game series? We saw what happened to him against Toronto last year. They bottled him up by basically playing a 1-2-2 zone. And because he was reluctant to take a perimeter shot, he didn't have a lot of faith in that shot. He's not a guy that's going to pick you apart with his passing, although he's a good passer. That's what it comes down to. And we're not going to know that until we get deeper into the season. And maybe when he gets into that moment again and you're playing a team like Boston perhaps, or Philadelphia, or whoever it may be, Toronto, in that moment, can Giannis get you through that? We know that LeBron James can do it. He's done it multiple times. And Boston, look, the other teams at the top of the East have questions too. But for me, that's going to be the biggest question all year. Despite the gaudy numbers Giannis puts up every night, how impressed I am with their team. He's clearly got a mission right now, unfinished business. He took it personally upon himself, what happened last year. He's come back better, so give him credit for that. Can he get them through it the next time? That's what we have to wait and see.
We'll get a preview of that. We don't want to call it finals.
No, we're not.
No, we're not calling. But we'll get a preview of what could potentially happen in June. December 19th in Milwaukee. It's the Lakers and the Bucks.
Still not a finals preview. In December 19th. Maybe March.
Okay.
First things